Life, my friend, can be a real rodeo. Ups, downs, twists, and turns that leave you feeling like you've been spun around more times than a tilt-a-whirl. We've all been there. Those moments when the ground seems to shift beneath our feet and doubt casts long shadows over our hearts. It's in these moments, when hope feels as elusive as a greased piglet at a county fair, that we need to dig deep. We need to remember that even in the darkest nights, the sun always rises again. And just like that sunrise, God's love remains constant, a beacon of hope in the storm. Remember, you are not alone. Even when you feel like you're wandering through a valley, God is right there with you. He's holding a lantern, lighting your way and whispering words of encouragement. He sees your tears, hears your prayers, and knows the desires of your heart. So when you stumble and fall, and the weight of the world feels like it's crushing you, don't give up. Reach out your hand and let God pull you back to your feet. The Bible, my friend, is filled with verses that remind us of God's unwavering faithfulness. They're like little love notes scattered throughout its pages, each one a testament to His love and care for us. One of my favorites is Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Isn't that a beautiful promise? And then there's Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. It's as if God is saying, hey, I've got this, just hold on to me. These verses aren't just pretty words. They're anchors for our souls, reminding us that even when everything else feels uncertain, God's love remains. So when doubt starts to creep in, and fear threatens to overwhelm you, cling to these promises like a life raft in a stormy sea. One of the most comforting truths we can hold on to is that God is always with us. He's not some distant deity sitting on a throne oblivious to our struggles. He's right here in the midst of our messy, beautiful lives, walking with us every step of the way. He's in the laughter of children, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the gentle breeze that whispers through the trees. Think about it this way. Have you ever felt a gentle nudge to call a friend who's going through a rough time, or experienced an overwhelming sense of peace during a moment of chaos? That's God, working in the background, orchestrating events for our good. He's constantly whispering words of encouragement, guiding our steps, and reminding us that we're never alone. So take a deep breath, my friend, and remember that even when you can't see Him, He's there, always. Now let's talk about Daniel. You know, the guy who hung out with lions? Talk about a tough time. Daniel was a man of unwavering faith, a shining example of what it means to trust God, even when faced with the most terrifying of circumstances. He could have easily caved under the pressure, renounced his faith to save his own skin, but he didn't. He stood firm, his trust in God an unshakable shield against the fear that threatened to consume him. You see, Daniel knew that even if the worst happened, even if he ended up as a lion's lunch, his God would be with him. And you know what? God came through. He shut the mouths of those lions, proving that nothing, not even a den of hungry beasts, could stand against the power of faith. Daniel's story is a powerful reminder that when we place our trust in God, we can overcome any obstacle. It's a reminder that even when we feel like we're surrounded by roaring lions, God's love is greater, His power stronger, and His presence a source of unwavering strength. Now, I'm not saying that trusting God means life will suddenly become a piece of cake. There will still be challenges, moments that test our faith and leave us feeling battered and bruised. But here's the thing. It's in those very struggles that our faith is refined, our spirit strengthened, and our dependence on God deepened. Think of it like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So, embrace the struggle, my friend. Don't shy away from the tough times. View them as opportunities for growth, chances to draw closer to God and experience the depth of His love in a whole new way. Remember, God doesn't waste our pain. He uses it to shape us, mold us, and transform us into the people He created us to be. And when we come out on the other side, we'll be stronger, wiser, and more equipped to face whatever life throws our way. As we journey through this thing called life, let's remember that we don't have to walk alone. We have a God who loves us unconditionally, a God who promises to never leave our side, a God who is bigger than any problem we'll ever face. So when the road gets bumpy and the future seems uncertain, hold your head high. Take a deep breath, and trust that God is in control. He's got this, and He's got you. Remember, my friend, the sun always rises again. And with each new dawn comes the promise of hope, the assurance of God's love, and the strength to face whatever the day may bring. So step out in faith, knowing that you are loved, you are cherished, and you are never alone.